Don't worry. Great, Greg, right? Okay, Greg. 1, 2, and 3. Hi, welcome to the National Credit Stress Online News, and welcome to the Stienberg Review. And today I wish to welcome Greg himself, who is actually the founder and the organizer for Hackathon, which is actually the Olympics for hackers all around the world. Now, sorry Singapore, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. But Greg, please tell us, here at the National Credit Stories, why did you start the Olympics for hackers? I mean, everybody's wondering what the Olympics for hackers?
So we actually do positive and good things at all the events, and we look at developers as hackers, and intelligent developers and hackers as people that can get around problems, so as problem solvers. So where there is a black hat and a DEF CON side to hacking, this is much more commercialized, and they're positive constraints that they have. We teach them developer tools and APIs. We ask them to build beautiful things, and there are some opportunities to hack systems, such as a Facebook like count, or tweets, or we use social media hacks as far as seeing what people can do to change systems. And for the most part, though, people build things that make life more productive, and sometimes make investors very happy. So with that basis, we've built the largest, called the Hacker Olympics. It's also the largest competition in the world for hackers. Hackers being synonymous with developers.
Which is known as the Hackathon, right?
Hackathon, right? So Hackathon is a coding marathon. So it's an extremely long amount of time where people code and they don't sleep. It was developed at MIT. That's where the word originated from, the 50s. Basically, our events go overnight, so there's no sleep whatsoever. We make it like a geek slumber party.
Wow.
And we have Nerf guns and helicopters and beer and coffee and Guy Fawkes masks and all kinds of fun things. Like we make it like a very toy adult environment. And it's 24 hours straight. You start at noon on one day, you end at noon the next day. And people have a lot of fun. It's a fun time.
Now, what is your criteria in selecting these competitors to join your competition?
Oh, it's open to everybody.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, everybody. So,
is there any criteria?
No criteria.
Really?
No criteria.
No criteria, folks.
Everyone can join.
Anyone can join, and you have to fly, to the destination where they're held in the U.S. or elsewhere.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep.
Now, usually, how many countries has they host such a Olympics?
So we're in 25 cities in, I believe, 15 countries.
Oh.
So, and like I said, we actually work with most organizations. So we're sponsored by Google and Microsoft.
Wow. Sponsored by Google and Microsoft?
And many governments, because we're a positive entity.
Wow.
So we look at the word, hacker is synonymous with developer in the modern ecosystem. So where in the past it could have meant something very, very dangerous, and that's kind of the media uses that word. But within the startup communities and the places where innovation's happening, Mark Zuckerberg was looked at as a hacker. The people building startups of tomorrow are people that look at constraints in our current systems and say, I want to, they figure out ways to make that work. They figure out optimizations for hosting services. Hackers are some of the most intelligent people out there.
Now, speaking of which, what's the future for your hackathon, and what steps are you going to take?
Yeah. So this might come as a surprise, but we're building an incubator, which is a program to help nurture these teams. So the ideas and innovations that come out of the events, we've seen some of them raise millions of dollars. So we want to take part of that process afterwards. We want to help for about 4 months afterwards identify the best ideas and the best developers that come to our event. So we'll have 5,000 developers at our next event.
Wow.
And
it sounds like an R&D center.
Yes, very much. And we do is we nurture that R&D, and we allow companies and corporations to help out these individuals also. So we have great partnerships with Facebook and other companies that most startups utilize nowadays. And the eventual goal is we'll be investing our own money and investors' money into these companies.
Now, you spoke about R&D and developing these hackers, for to better their future. Now, do you see a lab that will be set up here in Singapore anytime soon?
An R&D lab?
Yes, as a possibility.
Well, we don't make it so much like a physical lab. We see
A virtual lab.
It's a virtual lab. So we do Google Hangouts to do mentorship from some of the top developers in the world, and some top companies to help these individuals out, these innovators, to build new things and to get past the constraints that are currently there. We also pair them up with local mentors. So we'll find people in the community here in Singapore and other cities that can help them out with in the beginning stages of a company. There's a lot of problems that arise. There's founder issues. There's equity issues. There's finding your first 100 real customers. There's pretending like there's customers for the first 100 customers, and then finding your first 1,000 customers or 10,000 customers, whatever traction you need to get to a point where basically where we can hand people off to investors and be like, this is a company on the rise, and we'd like you to take care of them from here.
Now, what was your biggest challenge in setting up, or when you first started out this hackathon Olympics?
Yeah.
You know? Did you face a lot of resistance?
So we do face it. Sometimes we face resistance with using the word hackathon and using the word hack in there. So we have these beautiful hack shirts. But once we have the event somewhere, like we were in Bloomberg in London. So there's a lot of resistance to getting the venue. We literally held it inside Bloomberg at the financial center, and they're a little worried at first, but then it ended up being one of the best events they've ever had in their space, because they brought in so much of the community gets involved, so much of the startup community, and so much of the community that doesn't always get down and talk out there. So it's a great way to get the innovators out, and we've seen some amazing things come of it, and I think we have nothing but positive press all around. So we've really turned it on its head and found a way to ignite the community around the developers of tomorrow.
Now, what will be your 3 key lessons learned, from this experience, and how can future enthusiasts, like students who that will graduate from universities and they want to start something like what you have done?
Yeah.
What were the 3 key lessons?
So you have to think global, but start small. So when we started, we couldn't do anything too much different than what was already understood. So you can only change one feature typically. So you take something that's already working and you say you're going to change just one thing. If you change too much too fast, people don't understand it, no one goes. So that's our goal, is to bring in the entire community. So we have to take baby steps. So we're on our 5th iteration of Angel Hack right now. And there will be a 6th and a 7th, and every time it changes and develops, it grows more and more and more. So that's lesson 1. Lesson 2, I would say, is the bigger the better. Doing community events, people like coming together, and they like meeting people. So we could only open up our events to a certain niche group, and we could tailor who we invite like that. But we find it a lot more fun when we get everyone involved. So in every city, we're the largest hackathon event, and usually one of the best startup events and largest startup events in that ecosystem. And this comes from a company that's only a year and a half old. So we've really found a way to bring the cities together and make a platform that brings everyone together, which is really exciting. And the last thing I would say is, when you do something global, you got to think very localized. So every city is different, and who we market to in every city is different, and who we hire in every city is different. And it's about finding really great ambassadors and organizers who can take your brand and positively showcase it to the community the way it's supposed to be, and help spread the word. So finding good people, thinking big and starting small, and I forget what my other one was, but
Global, something
global.
Yeah, you have to hire the right people and be local, right?
Yes, you got to hire the right people and be local. And bring in everybody. Make it open to everybody. No one likes to feel left out. So
everybody's inclusive.
Everyone's inclusive. Everyone wants to join the party.
Now, speaking about parties, what's next for the realm of hackers? What do you see the future of hackers right now? Do you think that governments and around the world, policymakers, and even communities will begin to accept that hackers are going to be part of their lives? Because I think we are going to see a lot of these people, the latest Gen Y, Gen Z, and so forth. These guys are so computer savvy.
Yes. Yes.
So it's just like the movie Hackers.
Yes.
We're going to see a whole generation of hackers, I think.
I think we're going into a new era where it's very geek chic and learning to code is a cool thing now. And I think a lot of hackers previously were very recluse and felt not part of society and not part of the ecosystem, and now it's developed into a place where they can grow and flourish and be rewarded and championed. So I think the counterculture is fashionably becoming it's becoming very fashionable, and it's becoming something that people are proud of. So you're seeing a lot of the black hat hackers turn to white hat hackers and do more things to help the ecosystem than hurt it, which is really exciting for us.
Wow. Now, speaking about the ecosystem, what are you going to do about it? Do something about it?
To the ecosystem?
Yeah, that's right.
We're going to keep making it better every way we can. We're going to keep supporting developers and supporting innovators and helping to bring communities together, and that's our mission.
Okay, now my viewers like to know how they can contact you. Do you have a Facebook and a website?
I have you can contact me at Greg at AngelHack, Greg at angelhack.com, and my Twitter is at GGOPMAN.
There you go, folks, and thank you for joining me here at the National Critics' Choice Distinguished Review with Greg, who is the organizer and founder for Hackathon, and I'm Robin Stienberg. Thank you for being with me, and we will see you soon here at the National Critics' Choice. Bye.
Hey, Rob.
You're most welcome.
That was fun.
Yeah.